to a new video. Today I wanted to show you my wardrobe. So I've had quite a few requests to do like a house tour and a wardrobe tour, so today I thought I would do a wardrobe tour, and unfortunately I don't actually have my wardrobe organized in the best possible way. It's not the way I would like to have it, but I have limited space at home and I'm trying to make the most out of it. I actually have quite a small cupboard to put all my clothes, both winter and summer, and then I have like a couple of chests of drawers where I store the rest of my stuff, and then where I store my handbags and stuff. So everything is sort of spread out. It's not all in one place like how I would like it to be, but this is the best I can do. So I thought I would show you around and just show you how I have everything organized and hopefully give you some tips and ideas. So without further ado, let's get started. But before that, if you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the button below and hit the little bell next to it so that you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Okay, so we're going to start off with my wardrobe, which is where I keep most of the stuff that's hanging as opposed to stuff that I fold, because I have separate chests of drawers for that, even though the wardrobe has a few drawers at the bottom. But here I have all the clothes which I tend to hang, and I have it organized by actual type of clothes, so dresses and trousers and jackets, as opposed to color coordination, because I don't find that so helpful. So we're going to start off at that end and work our way this way. Okay, so here I have my winter jackets, like the bulkier, heavier jackets, and I have also some spring jackets. So basically everything that's like outerwear I have on this end of the wardrobe. And I have this jacket. Okay, so one of the jackets I have there is this pink jacket, which is actually really nice. It has like lace on the sleeves and lace panels at the front, and then it's like leather, and it's really nice for spring. It's really, really soft leather. I really love this one, but unfortunately it's become a little bit big for me. So I'm selling this one on my Depop account, so if you want to check it out and maybe purchase this, I will link my Depop account below. Let's see what else I have here. I also have this Burberry jacket, and I've had this for about 10 or 15 years I think, and I don't really love the style anymore, but it's so warm. Like, I've never had a jacket that's as warm as this one. I don't know whether the lining inside, which is kind of like, it's really soft, it's like wool, but it's really, really soft, and then it has like a bit of padding, and it's just the warmest jacket. And because it has this kind of plasticky down jacket feel on the outside, it's really good if it's raining as well. And then here I have my fur jackets, and it's important to store them in a bag which is breathable. Like, storing fur in bags that are made out of plastic is really, really bad because you will damage your fur. So I have two, and because I don't have a lot of wardrobe space and a lot of hangers, I store two things because otherwise I just wouldn't have enough space for my hangers. You can see most of my hangers are wooden hangers, and I've tried to make them all be the same. Some are white and some are brown, but they're all the same kind of wooden hangers because I find those are the best, especially for blazers, because they don't spoil the shape of your blazer. If you actually use the kind of wire hangers, they really, really damage and spoil the shape of like coats and blazers and stuff like that. Then here I have my blazers, and except for my Balmain one, which is in a suit cover and it's longer, so I have it at that end of the wardrobe, all the other ones are here. I've got this Zara one, which I love, in white. Zara, by the way, does really, really good blazers. They're pretty well shaped, and I think with blazers it's so important that the shoulders are well structured, because that's what gives it away if it's a badly made cheap blazer. But yeah, I really like this one, and it's so wearable during the spring, summer. I also have one from Max Mara, which is this black one, which I've worn so much. It's so nice because it has a bit of a different style of neckline. It sort of has a button on the side, and I find it super flattering, especially when I wear it with a belt. And yeah, here I've got like a suit with a skirt. I tend to keep suits with the blazer and the trousers or the skirt underneath so that I know that it's sort of matching. So in this middle section here, I have my tops. And these are all kind of shirts and tops, anything which is sort of silky, blousey, that kind of stuff. So first I've got this off-shoulder top, which I absolutely love. I got this in Echarts and Pano last year. It's a shop in Madrid. I'll link it below. And I wore this to death last summer, and I think I'm going to get loads of wear out of it this winter. It's super good quality. It's still going really strong. It's got a really nice kind of cotton poplin shirt material, but it's off the shoulder, and I love that you can roll up the sleeves. And I like to hang these ones sort of in these skirt hangers, because I just find it's so much better than trying to put it over a normal hanger, because they just tend to slip. Here I have my shirt. shirts, and these are, I always keep 2 shirts per hanger, and these are 2 oversized shirts. I tend to keep the same style of shirts or the same color if I don't have the same style together, so there's some sort of order to this mess in the wardrobe. And these are my 2 favorite oversized shirts. This one's from Oterke. It's in a really nice blue with gold buttons, and then inside I've got my Max Mara shirt. And this one has the buttons down the side, and I know because it's white it's not showing very well on camera, but this one is really, really nice as well. And then these tops I like to keep in plastic hangers, and they're the only ones I like to keep in plastic hangers, and the reason is the wooden hangers are just too wide because they're sort of unisex and they're good for men's clothes and women's clothes. So I find that because my shoulders are not too wide and my tops are sort of less wide than those hangers, they have a weird mark on here if I put them on wooden hangers. So these ones I put them in these smaller plastic hangers, and they work quite well for tops. And these are sort of more blouses than actual shirts, so they don't really need to keep the shape on the shoulder. This one's from Mango, and I really, really like this one. I love the sort of checkered, like oversized pattern. And then I have more tops here. I have this one by Kenzo, which I bought in Dubai last year. And again, with tops, I keep 2 per hanger. And then I also have this peplum top here by TB, which I really, really like. It's really nice. It's like a stiff sort of silk type material, and it's a really, really nice top. And underneath I have another black crossover top, which you must have seen, which is from Helmut Lang, which I also really, really like. And then we move on to skirts, and I don't actually own too many skirts, to be honest. Like, I'm not a very skirt kind of girl. If I'm wearing skirts, I'd rather wear a dress, and if not, I wear trousers most of the time. So I have a couple of skirts, and for skirts, I like to keep them in these kind of hangers, and I've got this one by Carolina Herrera, which is really nice. It's got like a bow that you can tie at the front, and it's a pleated sort of cotton skirt, very nice for the summer. And then on the other side I have one which is sort of a tulip skirt, which is from Zara, and I really like this one because it's got a very thick material. It's like a crepe material, something that you would use for a suit, and I find it really, really nice because it holds its shape really well, and it looks like it's really high quality because the fabric is pretty thick. And I think that's the key to high street shopping. You need to find a good fabric because that's what makes clothes look more expensive than what they actually are. Okay, so here in the middle section I have trousers. Okay, I have them all in these white hangers, and I got these I think from Robert Dias, and these are really good because I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but I have a plasticky bit here which is quite rough, and that basically grips onto the trousers and it stops them from sliding down, so I really like these. And I have 2 trousers per hanger, and I don't have jeans on here, it's mostly like tailored trousers and stuff like that. And I've got the darker ones on this side and then the lighter, more summery ones on this side. And then finally in this section here I have dresses, and I have everything from like summer dresses to evening dresses. And I have this one here which I love, which is this white one with like a really flared skirt. This one is from a store in Spain called Dolores Promesas, and I love the sort of A-line skirt. This one, which I showed in my evening dress collection, which I will link on the screen now, and it's this Pucci one. I love the flared sleeves and the beading around here. And then finally here I have my jumpsuits. Unfortunately this wardrobe doesn't have a place for long stuff, so I sort of have to fold it here so that it lies on the shelf, which is not great, but that's all I have. Okay, and then here I have this really beautiful nightgown that I got when I got married, and it's so special to me. It's like a really old-fashioned style gown with like this satin strap that goes around, and you can tie it in a bow. And it's actually in a hanger because it's so special. I don't want it to get creased. And then finally here I have my outerwear, but the longer stuff. So I had the shorter stuff on the other side, and here I have the longer stuff. And I've also got my Balmain jacket. Anything that's in a suit cover I have here. So I have like my winter coat. These are the drawers I have at the bottom of my wardrobe, and unfortunately, even though they are huge, I can't really open the door of my wardrobe fully on a normal basis because I have a little bedside table on the other side, so I don't use these very much. They are huge though, which is unfortunate. So I have sort of bed sheets and towels in the bottom drawers. Here I have stuff that I don't wear that often. So I've got summer clothes here. I've got this really nice beach dress here. And then I have some swimming costumes back here. And then underneath this, I have my gym clothes. So I've got my t-shirts on this side. And then I have my leggings at the back. And then I have a couple of really chunky sweaters that I couldn't fit anywhere else. And then on this side, I have like the stuff I wear at home, so like sweatshirts and like old sweaters and leggings, more leggings back here. Here on the shelf that I have on my wardrobe, like just above the drawers, I have this box which I got at a store. It's a really nice box, and in here I've got all my socks, and I love to keep like socks and tights that you can roll up and that are quite small in a place where they're contained. So because in a drawer I find this chest of drawers in the bedroom, which is where I store all my sweaters, my scarves, and all the kind of small stuff. So in this one I have all my scarves. I have this Loewe one which I got on my honeymoon, which I really love. It's got like an animal print, but it's like in red and navy, which is really nice for the summer. Then I've got my thicker scarves here as well. I've got this one by Gucci in black, and I also have this one by Louis Vuitton, which is in a really nice beigey color with like a golden tint to the print. And then I also have some gloves over here and some more kind of scarves, like silk scarves, like these ones here on the side. And I really like this drawer because it sort of fits the scarves perfectly folded and they don't kind of mess up because the drawer is fairly small. Now in this drawer is like what I call the messy drawer, because basically in this one I have all my accessories. So I have all my jewelry and my sunglasses and everything that's sort of small. Again, this is a smaller drawer. So I have here my Ralph Lauren sunglasses, and I like to keep them in the case because I just find that's the best way for them not to get scratched. And I wish I had a sunglass stand, but I just don't have anywhere to put it. Then I have my Chanel ones in here, and then here I have all my jewelry, and I like to keep my jewelry in its boxes because I find that's the best way for it not to get scratched, and this is literally like a puzzle every time I take something out from the drawer. But I have my Chanel necklace here in its pouch, and then here I have a lot of Carolina Herrera costume jewelry. As you can see, I love her stuff. And I have it all in their little boxes, and I have some bangles here from where I wear Indian clothes, and then I have these which are my favorite earrings. They are from Aristocrazy. I've shown them so many times before. Whoops. And they are in gold. They're these gold hoops. And then I have some necklaces here in this really big box, and yeah, basically there's not much more to this drawer than lots of boxes. So here, apart from the Kenzo sweater, I have mostly cardigans. So I have here a few cardigans from Zara and from a few other brands. And then here I have like more thin round neck sweaters. So I have this one from Ralph Lauren. I have this one from, I think it's called Schumacher. Yeah, I really love this one. I got this one at Harrods, and I love the beading around the neckline. And then I have one from Carolina Herrera. Then I have here the same sort of round neck, thinner sweater. And then here in the corner I have all my high neck sweaters. So I have this one from Mango, and then I have this one, which is from Massimo Dutti, which I love. They're so soft. I love their basic roll neck sweaters because they're so soft. They have a little bit of silk. And then at the bottom I've got more chunky ones. So this one from Zara, which is like a cashmere one. Okay, in the next drawer I have like my more summery stuff and t-shirts. Here I've got like thin sweaters that have got short sleeves. I've got this one by Carolina Herrera with this really nice frill sleeves. And then I've got a few more underneath that. This one from Zara as well. And then here I've got like strappy tops, like this one from Zara, and I've got more underneath, like a brown one and a black one. I love these basics to just wear underneath everything. And then here I've got more t-shirts. I've got this white one from Massimo Dutti and another white one, and this one from Pedro Del Hierro. So I've got quite a few t-shirts there. And then on the side I just have a few boxes with like receipts and documents and stuff like that. And then finally in this last row down I've got trousers. So I've got my jeans here. I've got my black my Acne jeans and the black Acne jeans, and then I've got another pair of Acne jeans which are like a darker shade, and then I've got my leather trousers here, and then I've got a white pair of jeans here as well. So basically everything's like leather trousers, leggings and jeans and stuff like that I have here. Then I have some shorts here. I've got these ones by Missoni, which are so nice. I got these on a sale, and I got them for such a good price. And they're so nice. I love the kind of red and white print on them, and the buttons. They're high-waisted. And then I have some Zara shorts here, which I've also worn so much. I think these look so nice. They've got like a sort of ribbon kind of a detail here, like a bit of a frill falling down in like a very thin crepe material, and I really like these. I think they look, again, so much more expensive because of the fabric. And then I've got a few more shorts there, a pair of white ones, a pair of brown ones, and then finally on that side I have my Juicy Couture tracksuit, which I love. I know it's not the most glamorous thing, but I really like it. I find it so comfortable. This top shelf in my cupboard, and it's not the most practical thing because I need to climb on a chair every time I want to get my shoes done, but unfortunately I just don't have anywhere else to store them, and I like to keep them in their boxes because they just feel more organized. So I have them all here. Unfortunately, sometimes I don't know which one's which, but these are my Ferragamo loafers, I think. And here I've got more from Ferragamo. I've got a pair of Dior flats there. I have my LV pumps here. Then I've got some Christian Louboutin there, and some sandals, and then I've got a lot of summer sandals in that big red box there, and I've just kind of put them together because I don't use those that much, and having them in separate boxes was just occupying way too much space. And thankfully this shelf goes way towards the back, which means that I can have a lot of stuff stored behind these boxes as well, but it's just a little hard to show you, unfortunately. As you can see now that I've removed the LV box, there are more boxes at the back. I've got that blue box, which is my Aquazzura shoes, and yeah, so they fit quite well, but they're just uncomfortable. For my handbags, I purchased this sort of bench that you can open up, and it has loads of storage in. So this bench is really good because you can sit on it, it looks really pretty in the bedroom, but then it has loads of storage inside, and this is where I keep all of my handbags. So starting from this side, I have my Dior bag here, and again I like to keep them in their cover because I just find that it's easier for them to not get scratched and stuff like that. And I know which cover is for which, so I don't really struggle finding the bags. This one is my Dior Diorissimo in navy blue, which I really love. Here I have my Lady Dior, I have my LV Capucines bag, and then here I have my Tory Burch bag that I have to go to the beach. And then I have a few clutches here in the middle. I have my Ferragamo clutch. All of these I have shown in my handbag collection, so I will link that below and on the screen right now so you can check it out. And then I have my Jimmy Choo clutch here. And then here, this was actually an organizer that I had for my Speedy bag, but I decided to sell my Speedy bag, but I like this because this is where I keep all the stuff that goes in my handbag. So I have like my Oyster card, and I have my umbrella and all the stuff that I need for my bag, and I just keep it here, and then whenever I finish using a bag I just put it away and I keep all the stuff here, and it's just ready for me to put it into whatever bag I'm taking out that one day. And then here I also have my Gucci bag in its box, and here I have another clutch, my Alexander McQueen clutch. And finally here I've got some trainers. So I've got my Adidas Superstar stored in that box underneath, and then I have a few Nike trainers in these bags here which I use to go to the gym. One thing I really like about this storage way is that it's really nice because I can keep all my bags upright. Piling them one on top of the other actually ruins their shape. So I really like that here they're all kind of stacked up upright, and that means they don't kind of bend or crush or get into like weird shapes and like lose their shape basically. So it's actually really handy, and you can keep this at the end of your bed as well if that you've got space in your room to do it that way, and it actually looks really nice, and it's super handy because you can sit in and like, you know, put your shoes on and stuff as well. So bedside table, which actually has storage as well, is where I keep like my underwear. So in this first drawer I have all my belts, and I have like some of them in their boxes or in their little pouches. As you can see, I like to keep everything in their pouches and stuff. So here I've got like my Louis Vuitton belt, this skinny belt, which I really like. I find it so versatile. Got my Hermes belt in here. I've got a Ferragamo wide belt here. And I really like this one because it's reversible, so you can wear it on both sides. It's like a nice, really soft beige on this one, and then a black on this other side. And then I've got some mobile chargers there. In this one, I've got my underwear, so I'm not going to show you that. And then finally, in this bottom drawer, I have all my pajamas. So I just have them all here. Nothing very exciting to see. Okay guys, well that's everything from me. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful and interesting to see how I organize my stuff, and I showed you some of my favorite pieces as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!